the sound and the noise of people entering here for the last mile of this march is so extreme that people who are communicating need to have a headset, a noise cancelling headset. The destination today is the city of Nijmegen. You might have heard about an event which is called the Nijmeegse Vierdaagse. It's a 4 days marching event. It's actually the world's largest marching event. It's an international marching event. And the city of Nijmegen is at the eastern side of the Netherlands. I'm just coming from the western side of the Netherlands, near the North Sea, and it's really 30 and more degrees. So I wonder what the day of tomorrow will bring. Now the communications during that event is going to be managed by Entropia. So they're using the TETRA network from Entropia, and that network is perfectly utilized to support the management of the event during all of its efforts to make sure that the event was running smoothly. So the plan is first to make sure that I'm visiting Entropia at the camping. So this car is going to be my hotel room for tonight. First going to go to the camping. I'm going to meet the director of Entropia in the Netherlands. He's going to talk about all of the things that need to be arranged in order to make sure that communications is being done perfectly, flawlessly during that event. Let's go. So for the next day, this is going to be my terrain. One of the things that I'm going to film tomorrow is in the control room. There is one control room that is linked directly to the control room of the police, fire and ambulance here in the Netherlands, and that's the control room of the event organization. They're using a Combus control room system from Entropia, and I'm going to speak to François van Laarhoven tomorrow morning at, I believe, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, because the event starts at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. It's 10 o'clock in the evening. Almost everybody is asleep here at a camping site. I'm gonna take a nap as well. It's a few hours sleep, and it's already getting dark outside. See you tomorrow. Well, good morning actually. It's kind of busy already. Since the moment I left my camping site, I've seen people walking everywhere around the city at 3 o'clock in the night. This is a big square where a lot of people are gathering together. Here the race is starting, the 30, the 40 and the 50 kilometers, and I just heard there were about 44,240 people registered for the event. That needs to be managed. Going to take a look upstairs here. Look. This is Frans Biegelaar, and Frans, you're a manager of the whole event here with regarding to the command and control center, is it?
Yes.
So what are you managing?
The information. All the information that we get here, enrich the information, and we give them to our partners.
And the partners are?
The public safety, of course, and also our control room, and the police also. We give them, and we get from also information.
Okay, so you enrich the information.
Yes.
You combine it, you interpret it in the information,
Right.
and then you take action.
Or of course, yes. And we have also an information for the course.
Yeah.
And also they enrich the course information, and we set it on the big screens there.
Outside of just over there?
Yeah. And,
Okay.
and we give the information to our people of the walk of the world.
People of the walk of the world.
Yes.
That's the name of the event, isn't it?
Yes, right.
Exactly.
Right.
So all of the communications from outside comes into the control room here,
Yeah.
if it's necessary, because they can communicate amongst each other, and then you can take action whatever it needs.
Yes, right.
You're managing the training as well, or is that part of Entropia, or?
Also from Entropia. And we have 3 or 4 times in the year we get at each other, and we get the learning of the radios, and also for the control center system they have an opportunity by Entropia to learn the system.
Cor, what are we doing here?
I'm trying to gather as much information as possible over a couple of different channels. Like we have an application for radio control room, on which we use the geographical card on which we can see all the units driving around the course every day.
So that's the information on the track, that's the weather, which comes from the opposite side over there. The public safety, medical, specialties, and then another tab. On this map you see everything that is being tagged actually, or being...
Yes, a lot of radios have GPS devices on, and we can follow them actually with an interval of 1 minute, I think.
And I believe you combine all of the information on a screen for other people to view what's going on outside of this area, for example.
Yes, what we do is information, gathering the information, and we share this information with the actual control room, with the people who are on the radio.
Okay.
They see the information, and we log information about the course, the weather,
So medical specialties, public safety, the weather, the information on
Correct.
the track, everything comes together here. You make it a package actually, is it?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We also do is trying to listen
Listen to the channels.
to the channels. This is the channel all our vehicles are on at the moment, and if we need to know information, sometimes nice to know information for the people on the other side in the actual control.
That's the people over there, right? Just around. Yeah.
We post that as well on this board. Yeah.
Okay. It's very quiet here within the control room. I was expecting much more communication.
Yeah. Okay, since we are using the compass system, the guys outside, they communicate in their own talk groups. And only when they need external assistance, they can push the call button, and they get a message into the compass system. And then one of the dispatchers here, he can respond to the call. And they work in different work groups, talk groups, and every dispatcher does a different talk group at the moment, so they have their own disciplines.
Okay, so there's much more being communicated outside of the control center, internally within the talk groups. Then when it's really necessary, they come in the control center if there's an urgency, for example.
That's correct.
Porto cabin.
in the porta cabin there are all the hand portables we use on the TETRA network.
Okay, so let's take a look in the cabin over here. Okay, these are... Okay, that's interesting. They're all having labels, right?
Yeah, all the radios have labels with different colors, and every discipline in the network has their own color. So we pre-program the radios for a certain discipline in the field. They have all the options in the radio they use for their work. There are, for instance, this is the white ones. They have certain torque groups in it. We have purple, we have yellow, we have orange. They have all different torque groups pre-programmed, so that they, when they switch on the radio, are immediately on the right position in the dispatch room.
Empty, 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 almost empty, almost empty, almost empty. So basically there's not much left anymore. That means that most of the radios are being issued to the people in the field. Not today, not tomorrow, not the day after tomorrow, but on Friday. The sound and the noise of people entering here for the last mile of this march is so extreme that people who are communicating need to have a headset, a noise cancelling headset, in order to be able to communicate with their partners and with their teams on the beat. As I said, it's a massive event. 44,000 people are walking here, and the way to communicate is on that day with a headset and a radio. Just a few facts. The network for the organization is being managed by Entropia. That's a TETRA network. That's not the C2000 network for public safety, because that's a separate network here in the Netherlands. So what they do have in the control room, which is just over there on the other side, I'm here in the press center, is a connection to the C2000 network. So if there is any situation going on, they're able to communicate directly with the C2000 organization. The Red Cross is having a different network. So you have the DMR network of the Red Cross, you have the TETRA network of the organization here, and you have the C2000 network as well. Then you have some camera footage from the different locations alongside the track that feed into the control room as well, so that's also connected to each other. So everything is really connected very well, and that's being managed also through the combus. By the way, just one of the things, I spoke earlier today with the chairman or the president of the organization here, and he said actually this about the event. He said this about the communications being done during the event. How important is the communication between all of the people that are managing this event?
Yeah. Well, I just can say that's very important. It's such a big event that communication for my volunteers on the route, on the medical teams, in one word, it is very, very important that we can not only communicate with each other, but also that we can communicate adequate when it is necessary. I don't hope so, but imagine there is something, an incident we have to react on. Well, then I'm very glad that we have good working equipment.
Yes, and it has improved over the years, is it, the communication?
Yes, over the years it has improved, and I'm able to say now that we are very happy with the communication we have now at this moment at the 102nd edition of our event.